If you wanted to go to the moon, you'd have to fork over upwards of $450,000 to make the flight. But Moon World Resorts cuts the cost down to $500 with one clever trick: by bringing the moon to the Earth. So what is this all about? The Moon World Resorts team dreams big. They want to create massive moon-like hotels right here on Earth, with one in Dubai. Each one of these hotels will be like a giant moon replica, covering 360 degrees with lifelike craters and textures. These recreated moons could soar up to 735 feet high, around 224 meters, with a 2,042-foot circumference, depending on where they're built and the permissions they get. Michael R. Henderson, the brain behind Moon World Resorts from Canada, thinks the key to the project is the moon's universal recognition. Henderson believes that the moon, being a familiar and beloved symbol to all 7.5 billion people, is the perfect brand. He plans for each Moon World Resort to be a super luxurious and modern destination with familiar elements like a convention center, restaurants, and a spa, but all with a lunar twist. He imagines spaceship-style insides and themed fun, with the highlight being an experience that makes you feel like you're walking on the moon. Henderson promises that his team will give you the chance to walk on what feels like the lunar surface during your lifetime. So let's talk a little bit about what this place will look like. There's no design document or detailed PDF documenting the entire plan, but Henderson has given several interviews discussing the inside of this place, not to mention the social media page. The project includes a destination resort inside a spherical structure, boasting a 4,000-room hotel, an arena for 10,000 people, and a lunar colony to make guests feel like true moonwalkers. Inside, there's a full-service resort and about 300 private residences for sale. Social media teasers also show plans for a nightclub, event center, spa, retail spaces, and a piano lounge, among other cool stuff. But the real deal isn't just a fancy hotel room or a happening dance floor. It's a lunar surface simulation that lets guests feel the thrill of space exploration up close. The appeal of the place comes from the fact that it will closely mimic what a lunar colony would really look like in the future. The resort is designed around actual lunar colonies that are being planned by NASA. Henderson believes that Moon will be the link, bringing a genuine and affordable space tourism experience to the millions of fans on Earth who have eagerly awaited it. The company even aims to position Moon as a real training spot for different space agencies. At night, Moon, perched on a pedestal-like circular building beneath it, would radiate a gentle glow. In its essence, the structure has two main parts: a base volume formed by 3 stacked disks and the lunar orb. The base houses amenities like the spa, convention center, and hotel lobby, while the orb, containing all 4,000 suites, stands separate. Although these suites won't have regular windows, the developers envision electronic windows that let guests gaze upon whatever they wish. The Moon plan also sets aside space for a potential casino, according to speculation by AP News. Gambling isn't legal in the UAE, a federation of 7 hereditary sheikdoms on the Arabian Peninsula. However, big names like Caesar's Palace aim to establish themselves in Dubai, and Wynn Resorts plans a $3.9 billion resort in Ras Al Khaimah, north of Dubai, with gambling set to open in 2027, hinting at a likely change in the law. Now, this place sounds extremely ambitious, so is it really possible? Moon World Resorts has been in the works for 2 decades, matching the slow pace associated with space tourism, according to Henderson. The project poses significant technical challenges, but Henderson and co-founder Sandra G. Matthews collaborate with independent engineers and architects to turn the concept into reality. They claim to have various groups worldwide that they bring in as needed. The project hasn't started building yet, but Henderson says when it does, their team will be in one specific place instead of being spread out across the globe. At the moment, it's not even confirmed if this place will be built in Dubai, but Dubai in the United Arab Emirates is the top pick for the first Moon World resort, according to Henderson. He says the UAE is perfect because it's a favorite for tourists and has lots of big building prospects. But Henderson drops a hint about other potential spots, keeping the details a secret for now. Right now, going to space is super expensive, like a fancy thing only rich travelers can do. Companies like Virgin Galactic charge from $250,000 to $450,000 for space trips, and there's a long wait list. Henderson promises that the Moon World resort won't be crazy expensive. He suggests it might cost just $500 for people who want to walk on the moon at the resort. For $500, you'll be able to go on a 90-minute tour, much like the spacewalkers of the late 60s. People will ride in moon buggies, driving across craters. There'll be a shuttle circling around the hotel, serving as public transportation for the entire resort. Making a real moon resort or any travel to outer space needs a lot of money. Billions, actually. Even though money often stops cool projects, Henderson thinks Moon World resorts can work because of the licensing model. He says they aren't just looking for money, they want someone to get a license. Once they find that someone, the money is ready because, according to Henderson, they're talking with big international companies, not small ones. Henderson hopes to find the first licensee who would put in $5 billion by the end of 2022. But as of this video, there's no confirmation if Henderson managed to acquire such a licensee. Yes, it's a big price, no doubt, but the company thinks more people are being into space trips, which shows this project is a good idea. If it happens, Moon will be built to a LEED Gold 5-star standard, according to Henderson. Big global companies in entertainment, hospitality, and tech can bid to win the license. The winners will own and run one or more moon resorts, the company says. So when will this place finally be open for business? Henderson sees the first Moon World resort opening up in 2027. He hopes each Moon World resort becomes a famous place. Even if people aren't staying there or checking out the space-themed stuff, he thinks people will go just to stare at the building. He mentions cool buildings like the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao or the Burj Khalifa in Dubai as his inspiration. He says people like to see pictures of the inside, but he thinks a lot of people will be amazed when they look up at the world's biggest sphere. For him, that's the mind-blowing part. But this project isn't just restricted to Dubai. There are 4 big projects planned worldwide to bring the excitement of space travel to Earth. The big plan is to build 4 moon resorts, one in North America, one in Europe, one in the Middle East and Northern Africa, and one in Asia. Moon World Resorts is a company that gives licenses, so Henderson sees each Moon World resort going to licensees with money to spend. But in the end, the developer who wins the bid gets to pick where the Moon Hotel goes. The regional licensee gets to choose the final site. Beyond Dubai, there might be a Moon Resorts Las Vegas, looking like a giant hotel with a moon replica on top, covering 510,000 square meters. Imagine 4,000 guest rooms, a huge spa, shops, lots of restaurants and bars, and even a spacey nightclub with dancers under a flying saucer. Henderson says Moon plans to welcome over 10 million guests each year, with 2.5 million checking out the main attraction. Henderson and Sandra G. Matthews founded Moon World Resorts Inc. in 2000. Before this, Henderson ran a medical services company. Even though official plans aren't final, the founders are hopeful. The founders believe that from an architectural, engineering, and design viewpoint, Moon can be built. As of now, though, no contracts have been signed, nor has any location within or outside of Dubai been confirmed, and there's no news of large sums of money exchanging hands. There was a previous try at a moon resort in Coachella. In 2016, Moon World Resorts attempted this in California for $4 billion. But nothing came of it because the company had little money for the project and no eager developers lined up to spend. Let's see if this newer project will be different. That's all we have for today about Dubai's Moon Resort. Comment down below what you think about this Moon Resort. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more.